All right, good evening, guys. Okay. Let's wait for a couple of more minutes so that the rest of them also can join, right? Let's wait for the rest of them to join, okay? I'll be on mute. Be on mute. All right. Let's start with today's session. I believe we have enough people in the session for today. So, how many of you have joined today for the first time? How many of yours is the first session? Please raise your hands virtually. You need not type. Just raise your hands virtually. All right, cool. So we have just started the concepts. Okay, we have just started the concepts. So we have just started manual testing this week. So there have been 2 classes. Okay, where we have started, since we have started the actual syllabus. It's been just 2 classes since we started our actual course content. So you have not missed much, so that should be all right. The coordinator, I mean the admin team will be now sharing the previous videos shortly in the chat box, the YouTube links. You can just look at those YouTube videos and you can still understand what has been covered in the previous, at least last 2 sessions. So you need not worry about that part. Okay. The demo videos will always be uploaded to YouTube and you can check it out on YouTube also. That should not be a problem. So we have discussed about SDLC yesterday. So we have completed our SDLC yesterday. SDLC was nothing but your software development life cycle. We have completed it yesterday. And today let's start with your waterfall model. Okay, today let's just start with your waterfall model. All right. So after you are done with your SDLC model, SDLC, the software development life cycle, you are going to use these phases. In your SDLC model, you have different phases. The first phase is understanding the client's requirements. Some people even say project kickoff. Project kickoff is nothing but the first time that the client and the software company meet. All right. So project kickoff, some people will say project kickoff is the first phase. So project kickoff, post that you have the requirement gathering phase where you gather the collect where we gather the requirements from the client. So who collects the requirements from the client? Who collects the requirements from the client? Do you remember who collects the requirements from the client? Developers. All right, very good. Very good. I never mentioned it was developers. So whoever is saying developers, is this your first session? Is this your first session? You cannot be this absent-minded. Okay, you cannot be this absent-minded. You got to be a little bit more attentive in the class. All right. So it's not the developers who gather all of this from the client. It's the BAs who collect it from the client. It's the BAs. All right. It's the BAs who collect it from the client. So BAs are nothing but your business analysts. All right. So your business analysts collect the requirements from the client and they will prepare a document like your BDD, business design document, or business definition document, or a process definition document, whatever it is. They prepare a document and post that it will be given to your developers. Your developers will take those requirements and they will then start analyzing the requirements and then they will design a particular solution for the requirements. Your product architects, along with the product architects, along with the rest of the development team, they analyze the requirements. What are possible, what are not possible, what are the alternate solutions, what are the alternative ways of achieving or fixing this issue, or making sure the requirement is met. All of that discussions after multiple to and fro, they design your application. Okay. Once the design phase is completed, they decide what programming languages you need to use, what would be the front end, what would be the back end, what would be the integrations, what would be the database. All of these minute details, after they have finalized it, they will next move on to the development phase. Development phase is when they actually start writing the code, the programming. After after the development phase, what is the next thing that you will get? After a development, what is that you will get? Yeah, testing, that's all right. I'm not asking about the next phase. I'm asking about what happens after your development. After your development is done, development is nothing but you will be creating your application. Sometimes you may be adding new features or you may be fixing things also. Development does both of this. So the output of your development phase would be a build, BUILD, build. Once the build is ready, that's when you start your testing. What is a build now? What is a build? Ready to use, right? Ready to use, okay. I don't remember explaining it as ready to use. It's not ready to use, it's ready to test. It's not ready to use yet. It's ready to test. After you are done with your testing, that's when you deploy. Okay. Even not immediately after your testing. Immediately after your testing, you are going to see if you get any bugs. If you get any bugs, it will again move back to your development team. After your development team fixes the bug, you are again going to test the application if that bug is fixed or not, to verify if the bug is fixed or not. After you are satisfied with the output, then you will proceed with your deployment. Then you will proceed with your deployment. That is what we usually follow in our testing phase. Okay, you test the build that has been delivered to you. If you get any bugs, you'll forward it. You'll take it back to your development team. Okay, once the development team fixes those issues, you'll again test the application to verify if the bug has been really fixed or not. Post that, you will proceed with the deployment. Post that, you will proceed with the deployment. So this is what happens in your SDLC. So based on these logics, based on these concepts, okay, you have various SDLC models for you. You have various SDLC models based on these. Based on this SDLC, the life cycle, you have different SDLC models also. So we will be discussing some of them. We will be discussing some of them as part of this session. The first and foremost, the first and most important SDLC model, the basic SDLC model is your waterfall model. This is your very basic SDLC model. All right, very basic, most common, most, the first SDLC model. Okay, it's a very simple SDLC model. As you can see the diagram here, all the SDLC models, not just waterfall model, all the SDLC models will have the same phases. Does not mean that some SDLC model will have a different kind of phases. No, all the SDLC models will have the same phase. There's not much of difference between one SDLC phase, one SDLC model and another SDLC model when it comes to the phases. But the difference is with regards to implementing the phases. How do you implement these phases to better utilize each and every phase and to deliver the application as quickly as possible? That is what differentiates one SDLC model from another SDLC model. So this SDLC model, your waterfall model, okay, your waterfall model, okay, in your waterfall model, this is a linear model. Linear model is, it means each phase, after the completion of each phase, the output of each phase becomes the input for the next phase, just like similar to your normal SDLC process only. But the problem is with this thing is that if your requirements are well understood, okay, if your requirements are very well understood, if you are not able to see the diagram, maybe that's a problem with your internet, because I did not do any magic here. There is no magic involved here. So I don't know why you are not able to see the diagram. maybe you'll have to log out and log in again, because I did not disable anything. There is no magic involved. So maybe you should log out and log in again. So, where did I stop? That's the problem with the queries in the session. Okay, yeah, waterfall model. So there is one issue, or let's say one feature with your waterfall model. The one feature with your waterfall model is if the requirements are not clearly understood. See, requirements are nothing but the functionalities, okay, or the features that the client wants in the application. Whatever functionalities, whatever features that the client wants in the application, that can be called as your requirements. The client wants credit card payments. The client wants phone pay payments. The client wants Paytm payments. These are all his requirements. So you should make sure your application supports all of these requirements. So whenever you are getting any requirements, those requirements should be very clearly understood, and those requirements should be very, very well given in advance to you before starting the process. Before starting the entire SDLC waterfall model, you should get all of your requirements well in advance. Should get all of these requirements well in advance. If you can't freeze the requirements, all right, freezing the requirements means once you get your requirements, should no longer accept any more changes. Because if you accept any more requirements, imagine you have accepted your the requirements from the client, and you started the working on the application. You have started the work on the application. You have completed your development and you have started your testing. Imagine some scenario like this. Then when you are testing your application, that's when the client comes up with new requirements. The client comes up with new requirements. So the problem with the waterfall model is, if there are any new requirements during the entire SDLC phase, it is not possible to accommodate new changes. If you get any new changes, you're supposed to redo everything again from beginning. Whatever you've done, discard it and do everything from beginning. Do everything from start. That is what is the problem with your waterfall model. Your requirements should be very well understood, very well defined, very well. They should be frozen before you start your work. They should not be changed. If they keep changing frequently, you'll have to start working everything again from starting from zero, from scratch, again and again and again, which is going to lead to a lot of time waste, money waste and resource waste. So that's one feature of your waterfall model. Okay. So maybe it's better to use this model only if the requirements are very, very clear. If the requirements are not clear, maybe it's not advisable to use this particular SDLC model, because there because there is a lot of risk and a lot of uncertainty about your requirements. You never know when your requirements are going to change. Your requirements may be changed immediately tomorrow also. Then it's better not to use this SDLC model. Go with something else. Go with some other SDLC model. Better. And this is not suitable for very lengthy, long, if it is going to be a very lengthy project, then maybe this kind of SDLC model might not be suitable for you. All right. Maybe when the requirements keep on changing, that's also one time where you should not use this SDLC model. And also the problem is the product delivery takes a lot of time, because once you'll have to spend a lot of time on gathering your requirements. Only after you're confirmed with your requirements, that's when you start your work. That's when you start your SDLC process. But after starting the SDLC process, can you stop it in middle? No, because you'll have to go through the entire cycle. You will stop only if there is a change in requirement, or you complete the entire process. That's the thing. So the process will take a lot of time. This is a little time consuming when compared to other models. So you'll not get to see your product until some time. Your product will be delivered, at least the first prototype of your product will be delivered very late. All right. So maybe this is not the kind of product if you are expecting quick results. This might not be the SDLC model if you are expecting quick results. So this is what is your waterfall model is. Understood what I was trying to say? Understood, guys? All right, good. All right. So let's not cover any more SDLC models today itself. Let's move on to some other topic today. Let's move on to some other topic like your functional and non-functional testing types. All right. Your SDLC models might be a little boring for you. So let's start your functional and non-functional testing types. Okay. Functional and your non-functional testing types. Functional testing. Functional testing is where you are going to test the application for the requirements. Are the requirements clearly satisfied or not? In your functional testing, you are going to test for the functional requirements or basically the client's requirements. That's it. Okay, the client wanted a login page. Is the login working? The client wanted a sign up page. Okay, is the sign up functionality working as per the requirement? The client wanted a search for a particular product. Your Amazon. In your Amazon, you have this search. Is my search functionality working properly or not? My cart, is it actually working fine or not? So in your functional testing, you'll be verifying for the functional requirements or nothing but your software requirements which the client shares with you. That is what is your functional testing is. There are many functional testing types. These are all your functional testing types only. Okay. When it comes to non-functional testing types, or let's say non-functional testing, non-functional testing is nothing but to test your application for parameters like reliability, the performance, how much of load can your application withstand. This has got nothing to do with the functionality. No, here you're not going to check if the application is working or not. Are we able to, the login functionality is working or not? The payment functionality is working or not? The search functionality is working or not? No, you're not going to test the application for these things. You will be testing the application. How much of load can be, how much of load, how many users can this application withstand before crashing? Okay. If I click on my login, if I enter my credentials and if I click on login, will I be able to log in or will it take some time to load my page? What is the time taken to give response? If I click on my payment, okay, if I click on my Paytm payment or UPI payment, whatever it is, how much time is it taking to reflect? Okay. Your non-functional testing is nothing but you are testing the application for reliability, how reliable it is. You test the application 10 times, then all the 10 times the application should give the same output, the same expected output. Okay, all the same times the application should be same. It should be having the same amount of quick response. Okay, there should not be any delay. Imagine you guys want to know your result, your 10th class results, your +2 results, your engineering results. On the result day, if you open the website, every single one in the state or your your JE results, your IIT results, AIEEE, your NEET results. You open the website on the results day. You know how slow the website will be. The website will be responding very slow because there are a lot of people who are trying to access the same website, same application from multiple parts inside the country and outside the country also. So if these many number of people are trying to access the same application, then you should be worrying about how reliable your application is, not about the functionality. How many people can actually use my application at the same time? How many people is my application handling at the same moment? What amount of load can my application withstand? How quickly is my application working? What is the performance of my application? This is what you will be verifying in your non-functional testing. Okay, so let's learn about a few functional testing types first. First is your sanity and smoke testing. Sanity and smoke testing. Okay, in your sanity testing. Okay, in your sanity testing, or let's just first start with regression. That would give you a very good idea before moving on to anything else. Let's first start with your regression testing. Regression testing. When will you do your regression testing? When will you do your regression testing? Imagine you have started testing your application. Okay, as part of the SDLC phase, you have started testing your application, and your testing phase, you have reached your testing phase, you have tested it, and you have got a bug. You have reported your bug to the development team. Okay, you have reported your bug to the development team. The development team takes the bug, considers it. They'll go through whatever details you have given for the bug. They will, fix the bug. They'll fix the bug. Okay, but after fixing the bug, after the fixing of bug, they will give it back to you. They'll ask you to test the application again. So this time, if you are testing the application only for the bug, let's say your login button was not working. Okay, this is your website. Your login button was not working here. You are clicking on login, you're typing your details, and you're clicking on login. You're unable to log in. So your developer has done some changes, and you are now able to click on login. So if you are just going to check the application only for this functionality, only for this particular bug, then it is called as retesting. Then it is called as retesting. Retesting means to verify if the fixed issue is resolved or not. Whatever the bug that has been said to be fixed by your developer, is it really fixed or not? Only for that particular bug. You'll be testing only for that particular bug. That is what is your retesting is. But when it comes to regression testing, you'll be testing all the dependent modules also. You never know in which all places your login functionality is being used. You never know in which all places your payment functionality is being used. You never know in which all places in your entire application search can be used in multiple modules. Login can also be used in multiple modules. Payment can also be used in multiple places. So if you make changes in one place, all of those places it will reflect. So think of this as your COVID. The best example I can give for regression is your COVID. So if you are coughing and having cold, so what we used to do 1.5 years back, what we used to do, we used to get ourselves checked for COVID. We used to go to our nearest testing center, and we used to get ourselves tested. If let's say if we have got COVID positive, what would we do? What would we do? Let's say you have got COVID positive. What would you do? Quarantine, exactly. You will be in quarantine, isolation, right? Why do you have to do quarantine and in isolation? Why do you have to be in isolation or in quarantine? In order not to spread to the others. But imagine you have been to a marriage. You have been to a marriage. Okay, after attending the marriage, you understood that you have got the symptoms, the COVID symptoms. Now what will you say? You will say the same thing in your family WhatsApp group, saying that, guys, I've got COVID. I've been tested positive for COVID. So isolate yourself. Whoever has been in touch with me for the last 1 week, please isolate yourself. Why? Because it should not be affecting others. So that is the same reason due to the same reason, you will be isolating yourself and you will be treating yourself. But you must have also heard of news like this. So some people, they've got COVID positive and they were traveling by train, they were traveling by bus, they were traveling by flight. So what did the government of India do? They used to trace contact tracing. Okay, who all people did this particular person come in contact with? In which train did he travel? Where did the train come from and where did it go? Who are all the passengers in the train? The government of India used to trace all those people and ask them to be in isolation. If you guys remember this from the initial days of COVID. Do you guys remember this? In the initial days, government of India, they have done it like this. If you guys remember. So, hold on a minute. All right. So in the initial days, the government of India was contact tracing everyone. If the government of India understood that this particular person was COVID positive, this person has returned from Italy. So this person has returned from Italy and landed in New Delhi. So this person has tested positive for COVID. So now what the government of India did, they have taken the list of all the passengers in that flight, asked all those passengers, contacted all those passengers and asked them to be in isolation. Similarly, imagine the same thing happening in regression also. The same thing happens even in your regression also. So if there is a bug that has been found out in one module, in let's say in your payment module, okay, let's say there has been a bug that has been found out in your payment module. The developer has fixed that particular bug. The developer has fixed that particular bug. So let me give you an example here. Okay. Let's say you have got a bug in the payment and the developer has fixed that payment. But you have got your payment related bug when you are trying to do your train ticket booking. But what about your flight ticket booking? Even there you have a payment module. What about your hotel ticket booking? Even there you have a payment. What about your meal booking? Even there you have train ticket. You have ticket booking. You have your payment module there also. What about your bus ticket booking? Even there you have your payment. So if the payment is common for all of these modules. So if the payment, if there are any bugs that are appearing in one place, don't you think the bug will appear in all the other modules also? Don't you think if the payment related bug has appeared in one module, don't you think the same bug will appear in all the other modules wherever payment is involved? Don't you think it will replicate? Yes or no? Exactly. So what you should do, once your developer says that this particular payment related bug has been fixed, you should not just check for payment bug in your train ticket booking only. You have previously found it in your train ticket booking and you have raised the ticket, has fixed it. So now you are not going to just check it only in train ticket booking. No, you are going to check it in all the places wherever your payment is present. Just like how your government of India is doing contact tracing, we need to test all the modules wherever payment is involved. That is what you do in your regression. Not just the module, not just for the bug fix, but for all the modules where this bug or where there is this dependency. Now, did you understand what regression is? Was the example sufficient for you to understand? Okay. So this is what is your regression is. So now let's try to understand what your sanity and your smoke testing is. Okay. Let's first start with your smoke test. Okay. Smoke test. Smoke test. Okay. Smoke test is basically used to verify if your application is stable or not, if the application's most critical, important functionalities are working fine or not. That's what is your smoke testing is. It is also, like your regression only. Your smoke is also like your regression only. I mean, both your smoke and sanity, they are pretty much interlinked. They are pretty much concentrating on the same thing. In your corporate projects, you might not find much difference between your smoke and sanity testing. But when it comes to your smoke testing, you will test the most important functionalities. So some of the important functionalities, if you want to test the application over the top, just an outline. Okay, we just want to check the outline of the application before proceeding with testing everything. You want to just check the outline, you just check the most critical functionalities. That's it. If they are working, they are working. No problem. No problem. Some sort of a build verification testing. I mean, is the build appropriate or not? This build has the new requirements or not? Can we proceed with our testing or not? The same thing happens even in your sanity also. Sanity, what you will do is after you receive the build, there will be you will be having a set of test cases for every build. Once you receive a build, both in your sanity and smoke testing, in your smoke testing, you will test the most critical, important functionalities. You will have a little bit less number of test cases only in your smoke testing. But when it comes to your sanity testing, you'll have a lot more test cases to do, because in your sanity testing, what you'll do is you'll test all the most, all the test cases which determine if you can proceed with the next level of testing or not. Once you get the build, you're not going to start with your regression. You're not going to start with your integration. You're not going to start with all kinds of testing. No, you immediately do not test the entire application. Once you get the build, you first do a rational sense check. Is the build ready for a testing or not? Okay, you receive the build, you start your integration testing, you start your regression testing, then you understand that this is not the actual build. Time waste, money waste, efforts waste. So what you should do is, first you should verify, is this the correct build? Does this have the requirements from the client? Is the build number correct? Is the version of the build correct? Okay, are the most important functionalities working fine? So if these criteria are satisfied, then you can arrive at a conclusion. Acha, okay, this build is fine. So I can now start my testing. Your actual in-depth regression, retesting, integration testing, all the other different kinds of testing. This is what happens with your sanity and smoke testing. In your corporate projects, you will not find much difference between your sanity and smoke testing. Both of them are basically used to verify if we can proceed with our further next level of testing or not. All right. So, okay. So Rajesh, why don't you tell me what regression is? So you are saying, so regression is only retesting the related functionality or all the test cases that we have tested before? What do you think that we are doing here? I've given you a real-time example, a very easy example so that you can understand. What do you think we do in retesting? Are we going to test all the dependent modules or only the bug? What do you think? I leave it up to you only. I've explained the entire regression testing. I've given you a very basic, simple example so that you can easily relate to yourself. So, are you going to test only the bug in your regression or also the bug and the related modules also? It is only related functionality. So, don't you think you're going to test the bug? Why do you test only that functionality? Why can't you test any other functionality then? How do you determine that as part of regression, I'm going to test only payment? Why can't you do login? Why can't you do search? Why can't you do add to cart? Why can't you do all these kinds of testings? Regression is basically used to test your bug because there will be some code changes to fix the bug. The developer has to make some code changes. The bug does not magically disappear. For the bugs to disappear, the developer has to do some code changes. Since there are some code changes in the application, since there are some code changes in the module, maybe there are some chances that the application might not work properly. The module might not work properly everywhere. So instead of going by guesswork, you will just not test the bug only. You will test the bug, also the dependent modules. That's why I said contact tracing, COVID, and all that other drama. All right. Next, here buddy testing and pair testing. Let's stop it here. Buddy testing and pair testing, we'll stop it here because we have a few more people joining us for the first time. So how many of you are joining us for the first time? How many of you are there here for the first time? Raise your hands virtually. You need not type. You need not type. All right. I'll take you through the course contents. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll take you through the course contents. So here, buddy testing and pair testing. You know, both buddy testing and pair testing, it involves two people testing the application. But who are those two people is what matters here. In your buddy testing, there will be one person from the development team and one person from the QA team. QA testing, okay, both are the same. QA is nothing but quality assurance. Quality assurance. There will be one person from QA. There will be one person for dev. Both of these people sit together and then test the application. Okay, that's what is your buddy testing is. Pair testing, both of them will be QA only. Both the people will be from the QA team or the testing team only. QA is quality assurance. So both the people will be from the QA team only. So both the people, the QA, both the testers will be sitting along with each other and they will be testing the application. That is what is your pair testing. In both buddy and pair testing, you will have two people testing the application, two people testing the application or a particular module. But who are those two people is what matters for us here. All right. So everyone clear? Or do you have any queries? Anywhere are you guys stuck? Depends. You will not frequently do your buddy testing because your developer will not always be available for you. So most of the times you will be doing your pair testing or individual testing along with yourself, along with your tester, your fellow tester, or all by yourself. Very rarely you will be testing along with your developer. The developer might not have enough time to do testing along with you. Okay. So the admin team have posted the videos from yesterday. I mean, not just yesterday, the last 4 sessions, the YouTube videos of the last 4 sessions. Okay, the YouTube videos of the last 4 sessions have been pasted in the chat box. You can copy paste in your machines and you can open those videos in your machine and check it out if you want to know the demo sessions for the last 4 days. Why we go for buddy testing? Maybe sometimes you may not be clear with the requirements. Maybe sometimes you are not clear with the functionality of the application. Maybe there is a new functionality that is added to the application. So the developer knows what is being added, what is the functionality. So the developer will explain to you what the functionality is. You'll have to sit with the developer, understand the functionality, and then start your testing. So the admin team has also posted their phone number. You can reach out to them on WhatsApp. Okay, you can reach out to them on WhatsApp. regarding your recordings, the fee payment, and all that stuff. So as I've been mentioning multiple times till now, you need not worry about your educational background, um, your work experience, your career gap, all that stuff. You need not worry. All that is irrelevant for this course. So you need not have any knowledge of programming, any knowledge of testing. Nothing is necessary. So you need not worry about anything. All right. All right. Anything else, guys? Anything else? Smoke and sanity. Okay. As I've been saying, smoke and sanity are both related to your build verification. Okay. Can we proceed with the next level of testing or not? This is what you will be verifying in your smoke and sanity testing. Okay. Smoke testing is just, uh, is just some sort of over the top testing. Most important, most critical functionalities are working fine or not. This is what you will be testing in your smoke test. The most critical, the most important functionalities are working fine or not. Just a few test cases. Once the build is ready for testing, you will have a set of test cases, predetermined test cases. Okay, those test cases you will run. If those test cases are passing, then you'll start your sanity. In your sanity, you will have a few more extra test cases. So once you do your sanity testing, then it will be very much clear for you that, okay, the build can be fully tested. The build is working. I mean, the functionality is the most frequent, the most particular important functionalities are working fine. So I can invest some time and test this application, because if without doing smoke and sanity testing, if you start your actual testing process, if the build is not working properly, you may be wasting a lot of your time and your efforts. So in order to save that, first you do your smoke testing. You have a predetermined set of test cases. After your smoke testing is done, you will do your sanity testing. Sanity testing is a little bit detailed. It is a little bit detailed. So, um, you know, of course, each project has a different set of sanity test cases and smoke test cases. You really can't say which one is detailed or which one is not detailed. But the important emphasis for both of them is to make sure the build is working fine. If the build is working fine, then and only then you will actually start your testing. Okay. Examples can be, is the application opening or not? Is the build version correct or not? Or, are we able to log into the application or not? A simple login. Or is your UI visible correctly or not? Are the elements visible or not? Are the buttons visible or not? Okay. All these basic test cases, these will be executed as part of your sanity and smoke testing. It's not a very detailed testing. It's basic, simple, precise, on to the point, so that you can understand, so that you can arrive at a conclusion if this can be tested further or not. If the very basics are only not working fine, what will you do with the rest of the testing? You are only going to waste a lot of your time. In order to avoid that, you will do these kinds of testing. Your course contents. Shubham, I believe you are already there yesterday also, day before yesterday also. Were you not there? So Our course content is basically manual plus automation. It will be a 2.5 months course. Okay. It will be a 2.5 month course, 30 days, roughly 3 to 4 weeks of manual. The rest of will be automation. Okay. In your manual, you'll be learning all of these course contents, the one which I've been explaining now, and your test life cycle, maintenance life cycle, your bug life cycle, all of that. There is a lot of course content that is present for you in manual testing. So this 30-page notes, I'll be sharing it with you. Okay. I'll also be helping you out with your Naukri resumes, your automation interview questions, your manual testing interview questions. It does not mean that the interview will be asked from that particular Word document only, but it will be like a quick revision for you also. I'll be sharing all those files with you, entire notes, all the code, all the details, everything will be shared with you immediately after that particular concept is explained. Your test cases, how do you write your test cases? That will also be explained. We will also be looking into Jira. Jira is a bug tracking tool. Okay. Next, after your Jira, we are going to learn your manual database testing. Okay. Your manual database testing. In your manual database testing, you will learn it with the help of SQL, MySQL especially. MySQL. And no, not possible, Durga. I'll not be conducting it after manual. I'll be conducting it only after automation. So you'll have to stay through automation also. So not possible. So manual database testing, you'll be learning it with the help of MySQL. Next, after that, you will also learn manual API testing using Postman. So the basics of API and database testing will also be covered in this course. So you'll have enough knowledge to attend your manual testing interviews without any problem. Okay. So this session is a Monday to Saturday session every week, 6 days a week, 9 p.m. IST, exclusively online session. There are no offline batches at the moment at this particular time. So this is going to be an entirely online session. Next will be your automation. In automation, we are going to learn first core Java from basics. From the very basics. From the basics, we'll be covering core Java. After your core Java is done, that is when we'll start Selenium. Since Selenium is available in multiple languages, but Selenium with Java is the most in-demand skill set in the market. So you can find it on the internet also in Naukri and other job portals also. So now Selenium with Java is the most in-demand skill set. So that is why you learn Java first and then Selenium next. So core Java, even if you don't know anything in core Java, that is also fine. No problem. Okay, that is also fine. We will be covering entire core Java from beginning. So you need not worry about it. That should be all right. So it will take anywhere 3 to 4 weeks again. So by the end of 1.5 month or 2 months, roughly 1.5 month, I'll be completing manual entirely and your core Java. After that, I will also start Selenium. Selenium along with your 2 frameworks, TestNG and Cucumber BDD framework. We'll be covering both these frameworks because only core Java with Selenium. I've been repeating this multiple times. Your educational background is not important. Your working experience is not important. Your career background is not important. Unless you are ready to put some efforts, you can join this session. The course will be explained in a very layman term, very easy to understand terminology. So the only thing that I require from you guys is your efforts. If you are confident that you can put your efforts, you can join the session. That's all I can tell you because that is more important. Your efforts are very important. The course will be explained in a very easy to understand manner. So you need not worry about it. Okay, that's not a problem. Course will be explained in a very easy to understand manner. The only thing that is required is your participation, your efforts. All right. Next, after Selenium, we will be learning about STNG framework and Cucumber BDD framework. Both these frameworks will be covering both of them because only Selenium with Java might not be enough for you to get a job. Only Selenium with Java might not be enough for you to get a job. So better to learn any one of these frameworks, but we'll be covering both. We'll be covering both in our course. So, and one more thing, maybe we are nearing our demo sessions. So maybe tomorrow might be another, we might have another demo session tomorrow, and maybe Friday also there can be another demo session. I'm not sure about it. The admin team will let you know. But after the demo sessions, the paid sessions will start, and the Zoom link will change for the paid sessions. The Zoom links will be sent only to those students who have paid the fee personally. The fee details and all, you can ask the admin team. Ramesh sir has posted his phone number in the chat box. You can WhatsApp him and ask the details, the video recordings, the placement support, and all of that stuff on WhatsApp. Okay, so maybe the Zoom link will change. So we are nearing our demo sessions. The Zoom link will obviously change. So a Google Classroom will also be created, and those students who have paid the fee will be added to those groups, to that Google Classroom. Okay, and notes and all will be shared on Google Classroom only. No links will be given. Everything will be shared on Google Classroom only. So, all right. So along with these two frameworks, I'll also be giving you a sample project which will have, 10, 15 test cases which are automated already. So using them, taking them as example, you can develop your own test cases also, your own automation test case also. Okay. Next, you'll also learn about Git, GitHub, and Maven, the basics of Git, GitHub, and Maven also as part of this course. We'll try to take you as close as possible to a corporate IT project, real-time project. Okay. So none of the notes, none of the files, none of the code will be shared with you manually or via link or on chat or anything. In the initial days, we'll be sharing it via Google Classroom. After we are done with our manual, just when we start our manual database testing or API testing, I'll be helping you guys to create an account on GitHub. Chakrapani, you'll have to ask that, because I'm only faculty. I don't look into all that. I've already informed you to check it with the admin team. The admin team have given their phone number. You can check with them. No problem. So I will help you guys to create an account on GitHub. So you can create an account on GitHub for yourself. I'll help you with that. Even for Jira also, I'll help you with that. Software installation also, I'll help you. Don't worry. I'll tell you. I'll let you know how to install these softwares also. Don't worry about that. And after doing all of this stuff, I'll be sharing everything via GitHub only. The notes. See, you'll have all of these notes on GitHub page only, so that even if you log in from your mobile phone, you can still look at the notes. You may not be able to execute your programs from your mobile phones, but at least you can check your notes. So this is how your course is designed. All right. No, Jira is not paid. There is free Jira available. It has limited functionalities, so free Jira will be learned. None of the things that you learn in this course are paid. The only thing that needs to be paid is your course fee. That's it. Once you pay your course fee, rest of it will be covered in your course only. Jira that we are going to use is not paid Jira. It will be a free version of Jira. So we will be learning that. And none of the tools or softwares that you are going to install are paid. All of them are free. No, the project will not be on any domain. The project will be on all the random test cases from the internet. It will not be a domain specific project. No. And if you are in a confusion, or if you are in a feeling that I can put this project as experience, maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe that's a bad idea, because that's where you will struggle. Right. So it's not possible to create a domain specific project, because you will not be able to automate the websites that you are using on a day-to-day basis fully. We cannot automate your Amazon because it has OTP or CAPTCHA. You cannot automate your Flipkart. Even the same thing happens there also. You cannot automate any of your banks, because even same thing, multi-factor authentication will be there. So it's not possible to automate all that stuff. You cannot do any end-to-end test case there. Instead of that, I'll be giving all those test cases randomly from different websites. What is the point in doing that? That's not how it works, right? So you'll be getting test cases from all over the internet. Attend the interview. That's how you'll get the job. You attend the interview and you can get the job. I'll help you with the resume preparation. I'll be sharing you the resume, sample resumes. You can take the resumes, prepare your own as per your requirement. I'll tell you how to upload it to Naukri, what all settings you need to do in Naukri. Then you can start applying for jobs. Gupta, you have been asking me the same question 100 times for now. I'm not sure if I'm not audible or you did not understand my English. I've been repeatedly telling you the same thing since day one. Software installation will be explained at the appropriate time. If you are Telugu, let me tell you in Telugu. Let me explain it to you in Telugu. మీకు ఇంకా మాన్యువలే అవ్వలేదండి. అప్పుడే సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఇన్స్టలేషన్ దాకా మీరు ఎందుకు వెళ్ళిపోతున్నారు నాకు అర్థం అవ్వట్లేదు. రోజు మీకు ఇదే క్వశ్చన్ అడుగుతున్నారు. మరి I don't know why you're asking me the same question again and again and again. I've been answering you the same thing again multiple times. All right. So ఇంకా మీకు అసలు ఏమి చెప్పలేదు. It's not possible to explain about tools at all now. No, the course will be entirely in English only. Yes, you can put experience, no problem. This course will easily cover 5 years of experience. But the payslips and all that part, you should handle all of that. Kavya, hope I was clear earlier itself. Your experience, your skill set, your knowledge, your educational background does not matter whatever it is. You can join the session if you are willing to put some efforts. That's all I can tell you. So don't worry about whatever that you have explained in your message. Don't worry about it. Okay, don't worry about it. You will learn all of that in this course. Don't worry. You will be project ready. You will be learning these two frameworks. Stopping my screen share. Stopping my screen share. So if you are referring to, hold on, I'm stopping my recording also. I hope you are done with the queries.